Hello, Cancers, and welcome back. I hope that you all are well today. Let's just jump straight into your reading. This is for my Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Um, Here we go. What I want to begin with first, Cancers, begin with this deck. I want to start with this deck first, right? Because the messages I've been receiving over the course of several days, I want to get the attention behind receiving those things. So, Spirit, what? Uh, Nobody makes me laugh like you, and I need some fun, right? Nobody makes me laugh like you, and I need some fun. And then to the bottom of the deck, we have check in, right? So I'm going to take we have laugh and check in. I want to catch up and make sure everything is going well. Now, hmm, I get the sense, though, Cancers, that even though that is the case, what I'm picking up is people, you may be surrounded by a group of people that um, is almost like they feed off of your energy um, in a very in a way that makes me feel uneasy, right? They want to check in with you, they want to be around you. It's like you give them, I don't know, it's just an odd energy, right? And it's almost like people use you to charge their social battery, if that makes sense, right? So let's just say someone has this, some of these individuals don't have anything to do or anything slated on their social roster. It's like they use you to get that energy. They use you to fill that space. It's almost like I almost get the sense of sloppy seconds because maybe if they had other things to do, you would not be so much of a priority on their list. It's just that maybe you may have in the past always been open to entertain these people, and now I'm feeling like you've pulled back significantly, right? You've had to isolate yourself. And the reason for you having to isolate yourself is for your spirit guides to protect you, right? You may, the way I see cancers, you may come, and this is whoever this reading is for, you may come across the people as though you have everything figured out, you have everything sorted out. Um and that may not necessarily be the case, but on the surface, that's how it appears to them. And um because of that, they they it's almost like because of that they can be unconscionable at times, right? They can be unconscionable. So what I mean by that is you may have a lot going on with your life, but you may certainly not look it. Like what I'm picking up, cancers, is that you may have been through a lot in your life, but you do not look like the battles and the wars that you've fought, right? But they see you, some of them with an evil eye, some of them with a jealous eye, and they say you have it all figured out, right? And they want to check in to keep tabs on you, not so much to genuinely genuinely ensure that you are okay. It's not really about you, it's more about them. When they hang out with you, they feel some type of way about themselves and they like how they feel when they're around you. But I'm saying that you would have sensed some of you may have chosen to isolate, others of you may have been forced to isolate, or just based on the circumstances, it led to an isolation because it was for your protection. Spirit saw what you weren't able to see, and that was like the double mindedness of these individuals, right? They only want to check in to keep tabs on you. It's like they plug into you, they siphon energy from you, right? So, just be careful with that. Yeah, they want to come and laugh up with you, but I don't get the sense that they truly mean you well, Cancers. I don't get the sense that they truly mean you well. So, for those of you that um, may not necessarily be in contact with these individuals as much, they are now they're scattering around, trying to figure out why you've pulled back. I get the sense that they're a bit worried that you figured them out, which you may not have. For some of you may have, but I'm really getting the sense that it doesn't matter whether you figure them out or not. The thing is just to create some distance between you and these individuals because they were plotting all along, right? So I'm gonna take them. They always have a lot to say, right? And perhaps they have a lot to say when you're not around. So I don't understand what you see in me. I don't feel attractive, right? So off the top, this let me know is that you're dealing with some very insecure people. Um, this could be a group of very insecure people, right? And then, my mask keeps me safe. I need to fake my feelings, right? That's another thing. I cannot listen to your voice. It affects my soul. And I try to run from this connection, but my soul craves you, right? Yes. What I said is just like a strange, like, connection, Cancer. It's like, I find it a bit bothersome because it doesn't seem like a genuine, I care about Cancer type of connection. It's more of how could I use Cancer? How can I benefit from Cancer? I'm going to be around Cancer because they make me feel less like a loser almost. And they are, in fact, a loser. Whoever these individuals are, and I'm picking up on two people, right? I'm picking up on two individuals. Could be three. But these individuals have very low self esteem. And so, what I'm going to do, Cancer, is I'm going to pull some cards so we could determine how we could identify these people because it's very much so that they're putting on a facade when they're around you, or when they were around you. Let me say that they don't show their hands. They don't come with clean hands, right? But it's like there is this obsession with you, right? You know what? Like I get the sense that they may think that they're better than you, Cancers, but they're still very insecure. They're better than you. They feel as I get the sense that they feel as though they're better than you, but deep down they themselves even struggle with that because of their low self-esteem, right? So you definitely want to be on the lookout for people that are around you. Stay clear of those people who may openly admit that they have self-esteem issues. Because what I'm hearing is, well, I have low self-esteem, right? Those individuals you want to be careful of. Those individuals you want to kind of stay clear of. There's nothing wrong with having insecurities. I do believe that when you make it a habit to let people know, then it just gets weird. It just like some weird energy that you don't need to be around. It's like a song that I'm hearing is, I don't hang with jealous itches. That's a weak disease, right? That's the song. I think that song is called Whole Lot of Money. Yeah, you don't want to hang around certain people because you don't want that energy to get transferred to you, cancers. You don't want that in your life. So stay clear of people who, um whether they outright say it or that's just the sense you get from them. Stay clear of those people in this time, okay? I don't want to use that. So let's see how we could identify these individual spirits. How can we identify these individuals? The devil came out. Interesting. The devil came out. And like I said, they feel as though they're above you. They feel as though you're beneath them, right? They feel as though you're beneath them. But their intentions are not as pure as they kind of lead you to believe or even lead themselves to believe. So I almost get the sense that this person, um there's a little bit of cognitive dissonance that I'm feeling. Like, those some people may feel as though they're good people, but their actions don't align with those words. Is kind of questionable. But the devil came out, so there is something that connects you to these individuals. But you're protected though. You're protected nonetheless. Because even in this situation, I believe like you see this little eye. This seems to be the eye of Taurus. That's of like, but even though this may be something that may on the face of it not be so positive, you're protected nonetheless, right? And that's why for some of you, you would have seen that shifts would have been taking place. You would have been removed from certain situations. Some of you may have, just kind of put more focus into yourself and do it unapologetically, right? But the thing is, let's see, how else could we them? So this person can be someone also is what I'm hearing. This person may be someone that has strong Capricorn placement in their chart, right? Or this could even be like a sister, because Capricorn and Cancer, they sister sign, right? This could even be like someone's sister. Right? Let's see. What else, Cancers? Because I get the sense they're jealous of the connection that you may have with someone. Okay? It's like a lot of fiery energy. Um, there's a lot of fiery energy, but it's definitely someone that was trying to. It's almost like they try to keep you in a bubble where you could not progress further than them. You know what I mean? They try to, it's almost like take your foot off my neck, is what I'm hearing, right? But, hmm, this person didn't mean you well. Like what I'm sensing, and I really don't want to say it, I really don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway because this person may have potentially went to someone to get like readings done on you, and they may have been advised by whoever they got that like readings from on you to go and get like graveyard dirt. And come on, graveyard dirt? Like what are they trying to do? This person wants to unalive you in some way, shape, or form, right? But it didn't work. Maybe they've tried and it didn't work. And I get the sense that they are scrambling now because when you do things like that, energy has to go somewhere. See, they see you're still here, you're still doing what you're doing, and so they're kind of worried. This person didn't mean you well, Cancer. This person did not, they wanted dominion over you in some way. It's like a very possessive energy that I'm sensing from this person, right? To the bottom of the deck, yeah. Some of you, see, the thing is, some of you may have went into isolation and they thought that you may have not been aware, but the writing was always on the wall. You always had this feeling, this gut feeling maybe, that this person did not mean you well, or that anytime you are around this person, you refrain from showing them your authentic self, right? It's almost like you put on because you didn't want to give them too much ammunition to further like um F you over, right? You kind of always kept it very cordial, mind you, but you didn't give them too much. You weren't comfortable with them seeing you because they weren't coming to you showing you who they were. It was always like they always put on, and naturally it's like you kind of reflected that back. So that's how you know, how you probably identify this person. Think of anyone who, when you around them, it's just like you just get this weird energy. You kind of just really put your guards up around them. You're going to be cordial, but something is off about them that you really can't put a finger on. Like, when you being your most authentic self, when you around certain people versus how you kind of censor yourself when you're around other people, right? You do a lot of censoring when you're around this person, like censoring of yourself when you're around this person, right? Yeah, it's like I don't know. They may feel like their lives are in ruin because whatever they tried to like put on you, it didn't work. That's why the isolation, isol. That is why the isolation was necessary because whatever they were planning on, um, whatever they were planning on, it just wasn't rooted in anything nice. It was intended to bring hardship and turmoil into your life, right? And that's why I say the checking in and laughing, you can't pay that any mind because they want to keep checking in to see if what they sent your way is reaching to you. They want to be in your company so they can learn a little bit more about you in order to give um, more information to whoever they may be paying to do work on you, right? Like graveyard or right? There's some really sick entities of jail. Maybe they wanted to cause strife um, in between a union that you have with someone, right? They want to create strife with the people that you actually do get along with, the people that they see when you're around them. When you're around them, they observe a different energy come from you versus how you are when you're with them. So there is a bit of jealousy because they feel left out and entitled to that version of you, but they're not. They never worked for it, Cancer. This individual never worked for that because they were always secretly in some form of competition with you, right? They always wanted to see themselves do better. They have this um and then they have this like authoritative type of air about them. Like it could be like an older sibling, and because they're the oldest, they feel like they have more say. That's the type of energy I'm getting. But they don't. They don't. The only say they have is over themselves. The same way the only say you may have is over yourself. You know, they have this heightened sense of importance is what I'm getting. They have a this heightened sense of importance. But only them see themselves that way. You don't see them that way, and maybe the people that are close to you that you have a genuine connection with, they y'all may not see this individual that way or these individuals that way, right? But they definitely wanted to cause some strife and problems and in this connection that you may have with someone because for them they just didn't want to see it happen. you know they didn't want to see you be happy. Another way that I'm getting that you may be able to identify this person or these people, when something happened, let's say you had something that took place in your life that was worth celebrating, if they weren't on board or they didn't really celebrate with you, that's another way to identify that person. Like, let's just say you had a birthday or you were promoted or you got married and they didn't really check for you. It's almost like they kind of step back a little bit, but still wanted to be involved to see what's going on, like hating from a distance. That's another way you could tell who this person is, right? That's another way you could tell who this person is. Okay, I'm gonna use another deck. Yeah, like this person, cancers. I'm even hearing they talk about you. Like when they're around you, they flatter you, right? They flatter you. But when you're not around, they would speak um not in the best light about you, or at least they'd overshare details of your life that you may not necessarily want to be shared with others. Because I get the sense that you're more of a private person, but they only know because yes, they were in such close proximity to you. That's why I'm getting the sense that this could be a sibling. I'm getting the sense that this could be a sibling. Like siblings live under the same roof. They are able to be close enough to get enough information on you. Like, you know, that type of way. Someone who's close enough to be in the know. But yeah, it's either a sibling, very heavy Capricorn energy, very heavy sister energy, stepsister, female cousin, something like that. But someone who is close enough to you to know what's going on, right? Okay, so we have this came out. It's like they put on like their life is so perfect when it's really not. Um, they would always be the ones to kind of give you advice when things aren't going well. Like they'd probably be like, "Well, that's why I didn't do this. That's why it couldn't have been me." Like that type of thing, like those type of and like that type of energy. But it could have never been you because you was never built for it. That's the thing, Kansas. They never was built for these things for them to experience certain things that you would experience. It's not that they chose not to have it. They were never entitled to it. You were entitled to certain things. They saw that they were close enough to you to see the things that, you know, you were able to accomplish, you were able to overcome, and they envy that, right? See, to the bottom of the deck, they're not happy. They're not happy when things are going your way. They're not happy. If anything, they're happy when things are not going your way, you know? It's like they romanticize their lives. Like they have all of these big plans, but they don't really do anything about it. They just kind of sit down and watch you try and have the most to say about it. And then they may want to go to all these different workers, whether it's the whether it's different root workers or Uber men, women, what have you, to slow you down or you know, for some unalive with the graveyard dirt because that came to me so clearly for the past couple of days. And I'm like, why is this person even in the graveyard to begin with? They don't want it. That's a serious game they play in. It's a serious game these people is playing, you know? And I'm getting it's too late. It's too late to do what? What is it too late for, spirit? Or it's massive. No one has massive. It's almost like it's too late to turn back the hands of time. It's like they missed their opportunity with you. They've missed their opportunity with you because I'm getting the sense, Kansas, that some of you, they may be doing all these things, but you're not checking for them. You've moved on. That window of opportunity they had, or they thought that they had, those days were always numbered. And I'm just getting the sense that this person is just a very miserable person, right? Very miserable person with secrets. They don't want people to know who they really are under the surface. They don't. They put on, they may look put together, but under the surface is just a bunch of gunk and darkness, envy, jealousy, low self esteem, all things that they have the ability to work on, but they choose not to. They choose to focus their time on you and what you're doing. That's why they always want to check in. They want to always see what's going on, what's up, when they could be spending the time on themselves. See, but you're too busy giving yourself self love, cancers. You're too busy loving on yourself, pouring into yourself, and they see that. They don't even know how to react and they don't even know how to act no more. If you're secluded, separation, reflecting, source, it's like a ring again. So maybe they wanted to get in between you and a counterpart. They wanted to get in between a connection that you were having. So, go into certain practitioners to have that connection broken up or to cause issue and strife in that connection. Maybe you may have experienced a time where you were, in fact, separated from your counterpart, but that didn't last. All the attempts they've made to bring you down to their level has not worked. Y'all were never the same. And that's the thing. People may share the same name, same DNA. They may have the same blood running through their veins. That doesn't make them the same. Because I'm hearing we're not the same. You're never the same. It was just a contract we made coming into this particular lifetime. No strings, yes. It's just something that people don't realize. Y'all were never the same. So let's see, cancers. I want to pull from this deck. Loss and lack back here. It's like their sole purpose in this life is to siphon your energy. Their purpose is to be in competition. Their purpose is to create issues, strife in your life. Their purpose is to cause you to doubt your abilities. Back here. Shuffle. Purpose. I just was speaking on purpose. I just was speaking on purpose. That's what sometimes you have a purpose when you come into this earth, come into this reality, and there will be people and entities that will also be in this reality with the sole purpose of slowing you down or causing you to doubt yourself, right? I just said that, cancers. Literally just said that. And yeah, you always felt as though you always would pick up on an energy from them that just felt disingenuous. And that's why you may have yourself cloaked who you were in an effort to protect yourself from this person. This was a person you couldn't really drop the mask around because they always had a mask on. It was almost like you just mirrored their what they were doing. That was the safest thing for you. But in this time of isolation or separating yourself from this person, you will begin to see how you flourish, and then you will probably even experience them like reaching out, always wanting to check in with you, or just I'm just getting a very weird energy, right, behind this person. But they don't mean you well all the way. They don't mean you well all the way. As long as you're on the same level as them, fine. But once you would have surpassed this person, then that's when the rules of their game change. That's when it's like, okay, let me compare myself to Cancer and be in competition with them. And so, yeah, Cancers. Um, yeah. So just be careful, Cancers, with those around you. Sometimes isolation is the best protection that could be offered. Saying less, less is always more in certain circumstances. Move in silence. Move in silence. What I'm hearing is you don't have to explain anything to anyone. Be okay with saying no. Be okay with saying no. Don't forsake yourself to make others comfortable around you, right? So I hope this reading has been helpful. Um, and I'll see you in the next reading, Cancers. Bye bye.